if I'm seeing a lot of poana in a yard this time of year, does that mean that I did a poor job of applying my fall pre-emergent? Well, let's talk about that. So here we see a ton of poana. You know, it's got the little white seed head on it. This is POA. We're in March right now, and we apply a fall pre-emergent to prevent this from growing. So if I'm seeing this in my yard, does this mean that I did a poor job? What happened here? Well, obviously this is directly underneath this bush here where I did not spray. So as you can see, the rest of the yard here still has this dormant tan color, not a single strand of poana in the middle of the yard. But of course we have it here where I did not spray the pre-emergent. But what do we have here? We do still have some POA along this fence line here. So I do take the blame for this. So I probably could have made an extra pass right along the fence line here in the fall to prevent this from happening, because that is a good amount of POA directly along this fence line. So I want to make this video about being extra careful when you're spraying your pre-emergent in the fall, because if you don't get enough product down, you will see some POA breakthrough later on in the winter and early spring. But what's something else that could have caused this POA to grow along this fence line? So excessive rainfall and an excessive water flow can break down that pre-emergent barrier. So again, if you look at this yard, there's not a single strand of POA or any weed for that matter out here in the middle of the yard. But along the fence line, if you get excessive rainfall, which we did throughout our winter months, along the fence line, there's just sort of a natural gutter. It's a natural flow of water. So if you get excessive water in your yard or in a certain area of your yard, that can break down that pre-emergent barrier, allowing weeds to grow through. So I'm going to call this a combination of both. This is partly my part for not putting down an extra kind of pass here when I was applying the fall pre-emergent, but it's also due to just excessive rainfall. The neighbor's yard, I don't know if you can see through the fence, it sort of sits up a little higher than this yard. So when it rains, water flows from the neighbor's yard under the fence here, and it just kind of builds up here. It rained last night, so things are still a little wet here. But anyway, I just wanted to make this video to get yourself to ask questions when you're in your customers' yards and you have an outbreak of weeds. You're trying to figure out why those weeds are there, because you trust your own work. You trust that you did a decent job back in the fall. So, you know, why are the weeds not on this fence line? I don't know. I probably applied a extra layer of pre-emergent. I probably made that extra pass coming down this fence line, whereas maybe I did not on that fence. So sometimes it's okay to accept responsibility and then fix your mistakes the next time.